Hey everyone, and welcome. We're going to get you prepped and ready for your English exam by focusing on those first 3 chapters. Think of this as building the perfect toolkit to help you absolutely ace it.
So, that big English exam is on the horizon, isn't it? Yeah, I know it can feel like a lot of pressure, but don't you worry. We're going to walk through this together and turn that exam stress into some serious confidence.
So what are we going to do? We're going to build your personal exam toolkits. For each chapter, we're going to add a new essential skill. And by the end of this, you'll have everything you need to feel totally ready.
Okay, first up, Chapter 1. These are your foundational tools, the absolute must-haves for any kind of powerful writing. So let's get them into our kit.
Our very first tool is all about the power of verbs. Kind of like this leopard, right? The right verbs can make your writing feel powerful, quick, and alive. And it all starts with picking the right tense. So, what's the big deal? Well, think of it this way. Past tense tells a story that's already over. It puts us in the audience, looking back. But present tense, that throws us right into the middle of the action, making everything feel immediate and so much more exciting. Let's see this in action. The passage uses words like walked, came, stood, and vanished. Can you feel it? That past tense gives it a real storytelling vibe, almost like someone's sharing a memory with you. And this brings us to the exact kind of question you're going to see on the exam. It's not just about spotting the verbs, it's about explaining their effect. So how do you actually analyze this? Let's break it down right now.
Here's your game plan for answering. First, you just identify the verbs. Walked, came, stood. Simple. Second, you state the obvious. They're all in the past tense. But here's the crucial part, the effect. You explain that it makes the reader an observer of something that already happened, creating that narrative, memory-like feeling. That's the analysis they're looking for. All right, tool number 2 for our kit, formality. This one is huge because it's all about knowing your audience. Are you writing a serious essay or are you texting a friend? The language you choose has to fit the situation.
And this illustrates the difference perfectly. The formal example sounds very professional, using words like paramount. The informal one is bouncy and fun, with exclamation marks and a friendly tone. Same topic, completely different feel, right?
Okay, let's put this tool to work. In your workbook, you've got a formal text about climate change. And the question is, what makes it sound so formal? How would we even start to tackle that? To crack this, you have to look for the clues. You'll find complex words like metamorphosis. The sentences are probably longer, more complex, and you won't see any contractions or slang. All of that works together to create a serious, credible tone that's perfect for an important topic.
Let's move on to Chapter 2. Now we're adding some artistic tools to our kit. This chapter is all about how to paint vivid, unforgettable pictures using nothing but your words. And the best tools for that job are, you guessed it, similes and metaphors. Now, a simile compares two things using like or as brave as a lion. A metaphor is more direct, it's more dramatic. It says something is something else. He is a lion. Both are fantastic for creating powerful images.
And here they are in the wild. Calling the wind a howling monster? Wow, that makes it sound genuinely terrifying. And comparing the running to a cat chasing a mouse gives you this incredible sense of desperate speed. These aren't just descriptions, they make you feel the scene.
So, of course, the exam question asks you to find them. And that's always the first step of any good analysis, just identification. Can you spot the similes? And where are the metaphors hiding? So, let's break this down. Howling monster, that's a metaphor, and its job is to make the wind feel aggressive and scary. The other two use the word like, so we know they're similes. One creates a feeling of panic, and the other paints a picture of pure chaotic movement. See how each specific choice has a specific effect? Our next tool is symbolism. This is a cool one. Sometimes an object, or in this case, a little bird, isn't just a bird. A writer can use it to represent a character's deepest feelings, things like fear or hope, or that powerful desire for freedom.
So the workbook asks you to analyze this connection in the story First Flight. Really, it's asking you to decode this symbolism. What does that bird actually mean to the boy?
To answer this, all you have to do is connect the dots. The boy feels trapped, and he sees this bird that also seems hesitant and trapped, but then the bird bravely takes flight. That moment mirrors the boy's own hope for freedom from school. The bird's journey makes the boy's feelings visible to us. All right, time for our final set of tools straight out of Chapter 3. I like to think of these as our detective tools.
They're for analyzing and understanding different kinds of texts, especially nonfiction and older styles of writing.
Here, we're looking at the mystery of Oak Island. But more importantly, we're looking at how the exact same set of facts can be told in completely different ways. It really all comes down to the author's purpose and the tone they decide to use.
This slide just shows the power of tone so clearly. On the left, you have a formal, factual account. On the right, it's informal, kind of chatty. Just look at the word choice. Old Gold Salvage Group sounds official. The Old Gold Lot, that's way more dismissive and entertaining. The writer's tone changes everything.
Our last tool helps us decode language in older texts. Let's take this simile from Treasure Island, like a rusty lock. Now, we don't just identify it, we have to unpack what it really means. A rusty lock suggests a sound that is rough, grating, maybe hasn't been used in a very long time.
And this is the key exam question, right here. What is the effect? What does this one little simile tell us about the character of Ben Gunn? Why on earth did the author choose those specific words?
You know, this one small detail does a ton of heavy lifting. It immediately suggests he's been alone for years, which hints at this deep loneliness. The sound it creates in our imagination makes the character feel more real and also a bit more mysterious and rugged. That's how you analyze for effect.
And just like that, our toolkit is complete. So let's review. You've now got 5 powerful tools ready to go, using verb tenses, choosing the right formality, painting with figurative language, understanding symbolism, and analyzing tone. You are ready to tackle any text they throw at you.
You've put in the work, you've got the tools in your kit, and now you know exactly how to use them. So go into that exam with confidence and show them what you can do. You've got this. Good luck.